Well, we're playing awfully again, and I really do genuinely believe there's a distinct possibility of a relegation this season. We're going to have to try and put some measures in place to avoid that happening. And we're going to have one final throw of the dice with one of our old tactics today. But maybe it's going to be a tactical masterclass in the second half of this video. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more Football Manager 2023 and another part of Non-League to Champions League with South Shields. Today we are back with two big matches, one against Ipswich Town away from home. They are currently in the playoff spots, and then we're taking on Cambridge United at home, and Cambridge United have had a bit of a fall from grace, really. Last time you seen me, they were right up in 4th place. They've dropped right down to 13th, which shows how close the league is. But looking at our form, we are certainly in some of the worst of it that we have been yet. It seems that 3-0 defeat to Bolton has really set us off. We lost on penalties to Stockport County in the EFL Trophy before losing 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday at home. We then lost to Charlton 3-1. Not a good result there. But then bounced back with a 2-2 victory. 2-2 draw. Felt like victory. 2-2 draw against Wrexham. They scored an 87th minute equaliser there. We then got a 5-2 victory against AFC Wimbledon. Danny Ings, Redmond, Adam Lewis with 2 and Mazia Kuyar scoring there. And then most recently we lost 2-0 to Burton Albion away from home, meaning that we are currently in 16th place in Sky Bet League 1. We are only 4 points above the relegation zone, and we are now 9 points outside of the playoffs. We have got a game in hand on most of the teams in the division, but we are definitely struggling and going to have to try and make it right, essentially. So, one final throw of the dice is what I said to you. We have been using the original tactic from our National League North to League 2 title success tactic. And that's got us 4 victories in roughly the last 11, 12 matches. But before that, we were obviously going for the 4-2-3-1. With 2 defensive midfielders, and that's pretty much what we started the season with. And if you go back those matches, we won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches in roughly sort of 16, 17 matches. So, a bit of a better win rate there. Obviously, we won on the opening day of the season with a 4-2-3-1 as well. And I had a very strong pre-season with that 10-1 victory over Dunfermline. So maybe we're being a little bit daft with our setup. And, looking at last year as well, we had the diamond for a bit. That didn't really work. The original tactic seemed to work quite well, and then we ended off the season with a 4-2-3-1, which got us 2 victories. But yeah, we're just in a little bit of a slump, and it's one of those really tricky situations where you can get yourself really stuck in Football Manager, and we'll just see if this ends up being the way. It might be that we swap back to a 4-4-2 almost at some point. I don't know. I really don't know at this stage. But we're going back to the 4-2-3-1 today against Ipswich. It's probably not going to tell us much, but I think I've pretty much made my mind up that we should be we should be pushing forwards and maybe thinking of a new tactic that can take us to the next level. But we'll go back to Old Faithful for today and we'll see what happens. So this is the team that we have got. Jordan Smith in goal, Dramer, Hughes, Nallo and Lewis in defence. Wanyama and Raksaki are our defensive midfielders, with Dale, Glatzel and Redmond starting behind Ethan Wheatley up top. So let's get ourselves into the action. Right, let's go to match then. Dressing room. I mean, something that I haven't really dabbled in yet because we haven't needed to was the training side of things. So maybe that's another part that we could improve a little bit. But yeah, it's all just going a little bit wrong. And I am worried that we will just slip into a relegation battle. We'll end up getting relegated and then that will set us back massively. We have been obviously on an upward trajectory for so long, and last season we could really have got into the playoffs but didn't in the end, and I think that could be a massive error in our ways, and not getting into the championship at first time of asking I think is going to slow us down. So we could be stuck in League One for a few years while we rebuild the team a little bit. We've obviously lost a lot of the big personalities that were around the dressing room for many years, and that will have an impact. You know, we lost a lot of our leaders, and John Lafudu is wanting to leave as well, which is a shame, and obviously Miles Boney still knocking around the club, but we are without most of the guys that got us here. Maybe that was a mistake on my behalf to let them go. Listening to the comment section about people not happy with me still using National League North players in League One, but ultimately that's when we were doing well last season. When we were giving them a chance, but. Hey, it's all done now. There's no way I can get them back. So Lewis with the free kick just over the bar. He's certainly been having a few cracks of the whip at scoring goals from free kicks in the last few matches. Here's Owen Dale with a corner kick. He whips it in, and there is a header clear. And Turnbull is there. Here's Raksaki now. Building from the back, don't lose it. Gets it all the way back to Jordan Smith now. Here's Hughes. Hughes on the ball, finds Dramer on the right-hand side. He's going to bomb down that right-hand side. Gets it to Owen Dale. Back to Dramer now. Dramer into Glatzel. Oh, I thought that was going to pop in. Hits the post. It should have been the moment. But it wasn't. And we've been the better team here against an Ipswich side who are one of the favourites for promotion. Glatzel's picked up an injury. Now, who can we bring in? I think Kuyar needs to come on. I think I'm going to put Cunningham in the middle there. Ethan Wheatley's going to come off. We're actually going to put Otomo up top. Raksaki is going to come off for Lewis, and then we can bring Fieldson on and swap him with Brodie Hughes. That looks good to me. Here we go then. Final 20 minutes. Let's see if we can steal victory from the clutches of a draw. Yes, Scarles. Moore. Oh, good interception from Lewis. He's having a good game, isn't he? That's a good ball over the top towards Otomo, who heads it down for Cunningham, but he couldn't control it. That's not good. Here's Wolfenden. Wolfenden again on the ball. Now here's Twanzebe. Gets it forward, but here's Fieldson. He's got it back. Fieldson finds Wanyama. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham now to Lewis. Lewis is in the area and Lewis scores. Just was saying he's having a great game and he's bombed forward in that Segundo Volante position. And he has put us 1-0 up with just 20 minutes of play remaining. And Cunningham got it forward to Lewis. It was an excellent first touch and then he went for it. And that is a fantastic finish. And, well, what a wonderful, wonderful result this would be for us if we could pull it off. Right. We are going to bring Kuyar back. We're going to bring Dale back. Cunningham can come into the midfield as well. We're going to go defensive. We're going to be happy about it. Something I've not done enough in this year's Football Manager is defending a lead. So we're going to give it a go today and see if we can hang on to these 3 points. And it looks like we are going to. And this has been a truly special result that has come out of nowhere. Come on, final whistle. There it is. Final whistle goes and we get 3 points in the bag. A wonderful Christmas present for us there on Boxing Day. Late Christmas present. But that moves us back up to 13th in the league, and that is a huge relief. 3 points in the bag. Delighted about that. Maybe we can hold off on the new tactic for now. Maybe that's just something I could work on in the background, remove one of the other tactics and keep going that way. But yes, we're pretty happy with that. That's going well. Adam Lewis, terrific performance from him. And now we move into the match against Cambridge United. Hopefully we can get another one. 6 out of 6, please. Okay then, couple of changes for the now Lincoln City match, because Cambridge United match was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Isaac Hayden returns as our ball-winning midfielder, and I've put in Corey Cunningham as the shadow striker rather than Paul Glatzel. So let's see how we get on. We're away from home again. Lincoln City, will be the favourites going into this, but it's a chance for us to prove that this is maybe the tactic to use going forward. But let's push on. Obviously, Lincoln are a very solid side. They are currently down in the relegation zone, though, so maybe we are favourites. I don't know. If we do win this, it would move us on to 39 points, and we do have a couple of games in hand on the teams above. Here's Wilson. Into the middle it goes. Oh, and it's over the bar eventually, but a little bit worrying that we're already letting them have chances in the area, but seem to be doing okay so far. Here's Dale with a corner of our own. Can we get into a nice dangerous area? Dale into the middle. There's Nallo with the header, and it's a good save from the goalkeeper. I think we will certainly be looking to utilise loans and those sort of deals in January, and maybe offload a couple of bits of dead wood and renew a couple of contracts. I think that's where we're looking at improving our wage budget situation from. Here's Hughes, gets it to Nallo now. Nallo wide to Lewis. It's Adam Lewis on the ball. He gets it forward to Redmond. Redmond into Wheatley, and that's just wide. And that's another thing. The last couple of years, Wheatley's just not quite at the right level. I was excited about him. I thought he could be somebody that comes through all the leagues with us, but he's 21 now and just doesn't seem to be getting better anymore, which is a shame. It's a real shame. But hopefully he proves me wrong and can still go and get 20 goals this season. That would be very nice, but he does get a lot of chances and isn't necessarily putting them in the back of the net. But here's Dramer. Gets it to Cunningham, and it's the second time this episode that he's had a heavy touch that could have punished us. Raksaki gets it out wide to Dramer. Here is Corey Cunningham, and he does score this time. Look at that. I mean, that makes up for it, doesn't it? His ability to finish in that penalty area is priceless, and he's not rated that highly, but that's his 5th goal of the season already. He is a very exciting player, in my opinion. Came through our youth system, of course, and I think has been comfortably the best performer when he has been in the team. Obviously, Maresma's not had much of a chance this season with Dramer taking the plaudits, and that could stunt his development a little bit. But Dramer has been awesome. And you've got to say, obviously, Lafudu hasn't played this season either, so Maresma's not the only one that's suffering from that. But if Dramer was to get an injury, then of course Maresma's waiting in the wings, and he's got plenty of time in his career. He's still a very good prospect for us. Here's Hayden on the ball. Decent return for him so far. Would be nice to see him progress and continue to be our excellent holding midfielder. Here's Lewis. He whips it in. What on earth was Owen Dale doing there? He went for goal. I think he forgot where the goal was. That was bizarre. But anyway, still 1-0 up. Still looking good. And we've turned it around a little bit. And maybe that little brainwave of, hang on a minute, we had a decent win percentage with this tactic. Might just change our season a little bit here, because we've had two very, very solid performances. Certainly not giving them a lot of chances so far, which is good. Ethan Wheatley's going to come off. We're going to put Danny Ings up top. And we are going to swap players around a little bit here. And Corey Cunningham is going to come off, and we're going to put 5 at the back to try and hang on to this. That looks good to me. How's Owen Dale getting on? Yeah, we can give Mully a little run out, can't we? Yeah, that looks good. Cool. Right. Dramer's going to go back into support mode. Maybe even an inverted fullback, is that wise? Probably not. Yeah, that's fine. Right, okay. We have got 20 minutes to hang on here. And as I say, we're going defensive here. We're going to use that new initiative to try and hold on to leads, because countless times over the last few years, we have thrown away leads in the last 5 minutes. So we're going to try and remain defensive and use that functionality to hold on to leads. And it certainly looks like it's going to happen here as well. And that is 2 very, very impressive 1-0 victories away from home today. And I think we might be back on track, folks. We might well be back on track. We're back up to 13th in the league. We've got a game in hand on Peterborough there, and we've got a couple of games in hand on various other teams as well. We've actually gone above Cambridge United now. It's still incredibly close. That's the thing. You know, everyone, even Plymouth, are sort of dragged into this big battle between teams. If you go on a good run from now until the end of the season, you are going to be in such a good position come the end of the year. But yeah, delighted with that. 2 very, very good performances there. And that's now 3 victories in our last 4. And all of a sudden it looks very different again, doesn't it? But I think what's particularly impressive is going away to Ipswich and grabbing a 1-0 victory. Going away to Lincoln, grabbing a victory, but, you know, not just grabbing a victory, playing well and deserving that victory. And we've got an excellent month coming up. We've got 5 home games in the next 7. That we could turn our season around here. If we can get 5 victories in those home games, you know, we are going to be back in the playoff picture, feeling a lot more positive about ourselves. But we are going to leave it a little while until we are back. I think we'll leave it until the MK Dons Bristol Rovers doubleheader, or maybe we go Bristol Rovers and Plymouth, and I get a decent amount of playing in between done, and you know, see you guys on the flip side with that. But hopefully that we're in a much better place. I think setting up maybe a 2-striker formation is going to be important as well as we look to the future. I don't anticipate there's going to be a lot of January business unless there's players going out, which could happen. We've had interest in Adam Lewis already from a League 2 side, and you know, I'm not really interested in selling my best players. You know, but if we were to get 2 million for Ethan Wheatley, for instance, then that's something that could really be used to turn this team into a promotion contender from now until the end of the season. But I'm not going to get too carried away. It's only 2 victories at the end of the day, but very, very important to break the back of our away form, because we have been awful away from home in general. But you guys seem to be my good luck charm, because every time we come back, we seem to be doing okay. So please keep watching, and please keep keeping an eye on me in these videos. If you have enjoyed it, give it a massive thumbs up down below. Subscribe for daily Football Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.